You're listening to the Pink Property Podcast, where each week we will discuss hot property topics, introduce you to members of our team as well as special guests, and let you know about all the things that are going on at David Lee. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Pink Property Podcast. I'm Leo O'Brien, joined as ever by my fellow co-founder and director, David Kirby.
Morning.
This week, we wanted to talk to you about the full house achieved in property prices across the UK. The price of property coming onto the market has jumped by 1.8% this month alone, which is the biggest rise since at this time of year since October 2015. The market has delivered a full house, which essentially means that in all regions of the UK that are monitored, it's the first time that all regions have seen an increase in prices since March 2007. So it's a big change in property. There's a really strong market at the moment, and the fundamentals of the market have remained really strong, which is driving interest levels. I suppose there is potential of a looming interest rate rise as well, and there's certain factors that are driving people to still get into the market right now, even though the latest sort of stamp duty exemption is over.
Absolutely. So yeah, some interesting stats really. So number of sales being agreed was up 15.2% in September versus 2019 in what was seen as a normal market comparison. Number of new sellers coming to the market is still marginally down on the same period of 2019, but only by 3.2%. So still, plenty of people around, but still not enough to satisfy our strong autumn demand from buyers, which is historically a busy part of the market. 2021 has been the year of the power buyer. Those with their property already sold then come into the market to buy. So rather than coming to the market, not on the market, having a browse around, seeing what's available, selling first and then saying, right, I'm here, I want to buy something. So the power buyer. And prospective buyers may have been distracted by a more normal family Christmas than in 2020, giving more determined buyers who have already sold their own property an opportunity to act fast and buy with less competition. So
Rightmove's continually monitoring all these house price index effectively, and to see that sort of jump. So the average house price has jumped by nearly £6,000, and to over exceed what was going on in March 2007, which was a crazy market. Do you think that's a long time for us to recover? I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it does seem a long time, but a lot's been going on, hasn't it? And seeing it, obviously we don't see exact stats all the time, but the feeling and the gut feeling we get in the business is that it's still been quite a good journey.
Yeah.
You know, there's been some good markets in that time. Obviously, just not at those peak levels and peak stats.
And I suppose some areas of the UK have taken a lot longer to recover.
Absolutely,
you know?
So national averages.
Areas of the north as well as sort of the south, which have generally bounced back a lot quicker.
Absolutely.
That's been quite notable in how things have come back, but so for the first time in a long time that we've seen that recovery. It's absolutely. I think it's really positive. I think it's a real showing of strength in the market coming back now, and like I say, across all regions. I mean,
it's that lack of stock, isn't it? Again, buyers are up, people are interested, but the lack of stock is still an issue. Certainly in areas that we trade in, where the demand is so high. So,
do you think because obviously the Bank of England base rate was retained, it wasn't adjusted recently, but there was quite a lot of talk that it might move, and I think there was a bit of an imbalance in the room when they were making the decision, but there was still plenty of people on side of a movement. Do you think that that's going to slow us down?
Not without if it doesn't increase, no, because it just means that these mortgages are cheap.
What if it does?
If it does go up, I don't think it's going to go up far enough.
No, I agree.
0.25%, even 0.5%. What's it change your mortgage payment by? 30 quid, 40 quid a month,
Yeah.
that's not going to have a big enough
gonna
dent
stop.
in
Yeah.
your spending.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the big issue comes when it goes up by 3%. 4%, and then your spending power's less elsewhere,
Yeah.
and then that has a big effect on either lifestyle or mortgage. You then have to make your choice, don't you? Do we spend 200 quid a month more on our mortgage, or do we want to keep spending that £200 in restaurants and
Takeaways.
bars and takeaways and clothes and
You
and other
keep the roof
things.
over your head, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you see your
absolutely.
bunker down and you keep the roof over your head.
Yeah, yeah.
I had the interesting conversation this morning, and it's something that I hadn't necessarily thought about, but obviously the UK as a government and as a country has a debt, and if that interest rate does rise, it actually rises the repayments on the debt.
Right,
so
yeah, of course.
actually the government as well have got to really consider the next move that they make with interest rates. So I think purely on that basis, we're never going to see a huge step in from where we are now. So I think if it moved 0.5%, I think that would be quite shocking in one step. I think more of a 1/4% at a time would be more realistic to save people from really panicking in the market, because again, that's something that they don't want to happen.
Of course.
They've got to try and bring us out of this in a smooth curve rather than a plunge in the market.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, and still, Rightmove's stats, and like we talk about a lot, it's this supply and demand that I think will still keep this market busy for us.
So there's new sellers, isn't there? There is absolutely no doubt about it. There is new people coming to the market every day that are keen to move and make things happen.
Still people wanting to do it, still people wanting to move. Just because how crazy it's been, even with this increase in interest rates, it's going to have to be quite significant to really have a massive impact on our demand. A couple of live facts at the moment with properties that we've put on this week. 2 houses have got 20 viewings each, viewing them, 22 viewings on each. So
it's loads of buyers. There is loads of buyers.
That's the market. It's just bonkers at the moment. People still want to buy. Still really keen to buy. If you want to move, good time to do it. Loads of activity. You're gonna sell. You're gonna find something to buy.
Do you think they mention in that report there that people may slow down as we return to maybe a normal family Christmas? When do you think people should expect that in the market, date-wise? When do you think that might occur?
I thought it had already slowed down a little bit, and then our weekenders poo-pooed my thoughts, really. So I do think, a bit like our summer. So our summer was a bit quieter, wasn't it? It was back to sort of, the norm.
People went away, didn't
people
they?
Were away,
People
did other things rather than move house. So, I do agree. I think Christmas is going to be hopefully more back to normal. People are going to really celebrate it and hopefully start it early. But no sign of it yet. So I think it's going to have to wait till December.
I know. I think judgment call 16th of December. I think you'll get the first 2 weeks. I think the first 2 weeks of December will still be busy. I think the 2 weeks leading up to December, I think because of COVID and isolation periods I think people might start closing up shop a little bit then, because you don't want to be catching a COVID on the 20th and ruining your Christmas. So I think people might start closing off for that reason, and I think that might affect us. But from now, we've got a month of good activity still to play with, I feel.
Certainly 2 or 3 weeks. But it's going to be a December rather than a mid-November, which we have seen in the past. I don't think that's going to happen this year.
So Rightmove, a full house in property prices, which is interesting. Got some amazing news as well for the business. So last week we were invited to the EA Masters event in London. The business was nominated for an award. The awards process is carried out by Rightmove and the Property Academy, and they independently assess all of the agents in the country. So they assess 25,000 branches across 15,000 separate businesses in the UK. And they do a really extensive review of how you perform as a business. So using the data through Rightmove, they mystery shop the business. So they call the business multiple times, they email the business to make a thorough assessment of all agents in the UK. And we were asked to attend the awards as we were nominated. I'm really pleased to say that we achieved a gold at the awards, which is this little baby here. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of the team for their efforts in achieving this for the business this year. It's been a tough year as we have had over the past couple of years with it being super busy. We've been really pleased to be able to trade and continue in this lovely busy market, but it's been pretty thick and fast, isn't it? In terms of what we've done, and they've done really well. So I just really want to celebrate them.
Absolutely, it's maintaining quality, isn't it? That's all this award's about, is quality, customer service, and keeping those levels high. And like you say, it's been a really crazy, busy year coming out of a lockdown or numerous lockdowns. It's been tough trading, but the guys have done so well, and to achieve this and be nominated and win a gold is absolutely fantastic. So
we're really delighted.
Really chuffed.
Great bit of news, and well done to the team. Thank you as ever. That's all we've got time for this week. Thanks for tuning in and listening to the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and receive all the latest news, properties, and each week episode of the podcast. Thanks very much.
Watch the podcast every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Get notified by hitting that subscribe button right now.